Okay, what I wanted to do here was to quickly show you how you need to deal with the data that we collected in class all this week. What you see here in front of you is the compiled data. You should be able to go on to Moodle after each class meets this week and download a table for that particular class data. And so, for example, this is T8 from last year, or a compilation of a couple of years. And so at the bottom row of the individual class data are all these numbers here. So you need to just compile those, so myeloma without serum, with vinblastine, etc., for T8, T1, T4, etc., all the way through to Friday at 1. So you need to make sure you get all those data there. You need every bit of it. Just the averages at the bottom. You don't need each individual group count. You just need the averages. That's what these numbers here are. And those are already calculated for you. You just need to simply transfer them onto your summary table. You're going to have some other title for this table, Table 1, compiled class data, blah, 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 etc. So a nice descriptive table to go along with it up top here. Now, what we need to do with these data is we need to graph them. We need to find out what the growth is over a 1 week time period here with each of these conditions. So to do that, come up here to day 1 and highlight that cell, and then click and drag all the way over to Friday at 1 and all the way down to with paclitaxel. Make sure you get all of those in and let go so that those are highlighted. Then what you want to do is come up here to Insert Chart, click on that, and it gives you these options up top. We want to insert a line graph. Specifically, though, we want this one, which is called, oops, you can't see it as soon as I scroll over, but notice that that changes over there, and that is a marked line. You must use a marked line. You will have points deducted from your final data analysis if you do not use a marked line. So click on Marked Line, and voila, we get this table. So let me just, oops, didn't mean to do that. Let me move this table and make it a little bit bigger so we can see what we're doing a little bit better. All right, now here is our data plotted out over 4.2 days. Now what we need is we need a trend line. So you're going to highlight what's labeled here as Series 1, which is the myeloma. Myeloma is Series 1, this is Series 2, 3, 4, and 5. So to insert a trend line, you need to, anywhere on this line, doesn't matter where, anywhere on this blue line, just click on it. And notice that these points are now highlighted. So we come up here now to Chart, click on that, and Add Trend Line. So click on that, and we come up with this window here. First thing you want to do is on the left, click on Type, and you see a couple of options for your trend or regression line here, and we're going to be doing an exponential trend line, so click on that. But you're not done here. Notice first of all that it inserted this black line here, and it added to our key over here, an exponential Series 1. But we're not done. We want to come to Options now. Click on Options, and it is essential that you display the equation on the chart. So notice it popped up right here. We need that equation. So make sure that you display equation on chart. Then we're done. All right, and so now you have your summary data up here. We've plotted it out, and we get an exponential trend line here that fits quite nicely to our actual line. The only other thing that's left are the niceties of your table. And so you're going to want to insert a table. And so right up here under Chart Options, Titles, You can drag down to each one of these. We're going to start with our chart title, and you just click here and insert. So you just start typing. So figure 1, concentration, of myeloma, etc. Okay, so you type in your, that's all you do. Just type in there. And then when you're done, come down to horizontal, the x-axis, and click here. And now we're going to say time in days. And notice it displays down here now. And we come over here to vertical axis. And this would be concentration in cells per milliliter. Oops. And we're all done. Now we have a proper figure that you should, as long as this is a nice descriptive title, and there's an example of a nice descriptive title in your lab notebook, in your lab manual rather, as long as all of those ingredients are there, you should get full points for this. So you're going to cut out this figure and tape it into your lab notebook. You're going to cut out this table and tape that into your lab notebook. You need to make sure that you tape each section's data. So you're going to have 8 tables, 1 from each section, a 9th table, this summary table, and a figure, all taped into your notebook. Don't forget, every table needs to have a figure, or sorry, a table number and a caption, and every figure needs to have a figure number and a nice descriptive caption as well. All right, so if you run into any questions, just send me an email. Hopefully that was useful to you, and you know, obviously this is what is this, Office for Mac, but Office for Windows, you should be able to figure out, based on what I've done here, you should be able to figure out and have no problem transitioning to that. Okay, so good luck, and hope that works out well for you.